Welcome to an all-new edition of Soap Center. I'm Tanika Ray, covering the soaps that shoot here in Los Angeles. This week, we've got stories from the sets of General Hospital and Passions.
And I'm Peggy Bunker, bringing you closer to the 4 soaps that are based here in New York City. On today's show, As the World Turns star Kelly Hensley talks to us about motherhood and her marriage to co-star John Hensley.
Also, it's not easy learning all those lines. Stars from all 10 soaps share their secrets on how they memorize those long, long scripts.
Plus, special contributor Mimi Torchin sits down with All My Children's Jill Larson. Find out why Jill is just as unique as her one-of-a-kind character, Opal. All this and more coming up on Soap Center. Actors aren't the only stars on the soaps. There are hundreds of talented people working hard to bring your shows to life. Here's a look at 3 of the hidden heroes at One Life to Live.
5, 4, 3, 2.
For the last 10 years, stage manager Alan Needleman has been one of those indispensable behind-the-scenes heroes at One Life to Live.
Basically what happens is the director comes out and stages the show on the floor. But then the director goes inside to the control room and we become the director's eyes and ears on the floor.
That means moving some 30 actors through more than 20 scenes over a 12-hour day.
It's hard to talk about Needles without smiling. He laughs about everything under the sun. He's the soul of that show upstairs, he really is. When he's not there, you could cut the tension upstairs with a knife.
I'm kind of a cross between Henny Youngman and Tony Soprano because, you know, all work and no play, you have to have fun. I couldn't do it if I was unable to have fun.
I've worked with a lot of good stage directors, like stage managers, great ones. But Needles takes the cake. I mean, he is amazing. You know, there's been times where he hasn't been here and you're like, do you feel that? It's just a different set because he keeps it so relaxed.
In 1970, Howie Zeidman's dad brought him to visit a family friend working in the One Life to Live studio.
He said, sit over here and we'll take a picture of you sitting in this set. But I said, I really wanted to work the camera. So he took a picture of me on this Norelco camera. From that time, when those pictures were taken, I said, I'd really like to do this for a living.
I've known him since the 7th grade, since he was in 7th grade.
Used to come home and watch him on TV.
Because Needles and Howie work so closely with the actors, their feedback is important to the cast.
They've seen it all, but if you do something that's really a heavy, heavy thing, and when you finish, everything's quiet, and you thought, God, they were really watching, you know.
When he is moved by a scene, he gives you the shot card and puts SOD, which is scene of the day. And if he doesn't hand those out, but when you get a scene of the day, you feel pretty good because that means he's watched.
Even before the actors step onto the studio floor, there was another behind-the-scenes hero that everyone agrees is truly irreplaceable.
David's our security guard here. Been here for 156,000 years. And he knows the answer to everything.
I call him 411, 911. Anything you need to know about anything, he knows. 911, because if anything goes wrong in the building, he knows.
I'm here to protect life and limb, but that's not really what I do. I make people's lives easier. I know who's here, who's not here, where people need to be.
They actually wanted to move him a long time ago, maybe 8, 10 years ago, because he's a security guard and works for ABC, and they said, no, we're going to put him over in another building. There was a general revolt around here, and we all called, and we called security, and we called the producer, and we said, you cannot do this. You cannot take David away from us.
That's a feeling the entire cast shares about all 3 of these behind-the-scenes heroes.
Needles and Howie. You just wonder, and Coleman. You say, what would we do without them here? Those 3 guys are definitely a big, huge impact.